Hey, what up, JR here again. But this time I'm here with my UFC 141 predictions. Brock Lesnar versus Alistair Overeem. First off, we have Nam Pham versus Jim Hedis. Jim Hedis, 9 fight winning streak, all by submission. Nam Pham just came off of an impressive victory over Leonard Garcia. This fight's gonna be good. I think Jim Hedis is gonna want to take it to the ground, but Nam Pham is also a really good wrestler and also a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But Namfam has some sick hands. I mean, we saw him. He throws great body shots. He throws punches at angles. He's a very good striker. I think Namfam will take this fight by decision, and I think Jim Hedis. This is a good fight for Jim Hedis. You know, he could learn from this, and move on from this. But I don't think he's gonna be able to beat Namfam. I think Namfam isn't gonna be an easy win for Namfam, but I think Nam is gonna be able to get the decision and then take another step forward, for that 145 title. And then next we got Vladimir Matyushenko versus Alexander Gustafsson. This fight, I was kind of wondering why did they put this fight on the main card, and why not Anthony Njokuani versus Danny Castillo, or even Ross Pearson versus Junior Santia. I think it's because all of these fights are small fights on this main card. They don't have they only have the main event, which is the heavyweight fight, and then winner the light heavyweight fight on there. I don't know, but I feel like Anthony Njokuani and Danny Castillo should have been on the main card, or Ross Pearson versus Junior Santia. But anyways, back to this fight. I feel like Vladimir Matyushenko is gonna try to come out rough and tough, the same way he did with Jason Bros. But I think if Alexander Gustafsson fights the way he fights, if Alexander Gustafsson fights the way he fought against Matt Hamill, he would be able to win this fight. Just run around on his toes, get a takedown, get to the mount, or just work some ground and pound and get him. I think Gustafsson will be able to pull out a first round, second round TKO victory. And I mean, he's looking pretty good, after that win off Matt Hamill. Impressive win. Get an impressive win here. He gets a bigger fight. And well, that's about that one. And then John Fitch versus Johnny Hendricks. This fight, this is how I see it. I see if John Fitch wins this fight, that he moves nowhere in the rankings, because Johnny Hendricks isn't a well-known guy. But if Johnny Hendricks wins this fight, this is a big boost for him. In this fight, I'm going with the underdog. I think Johnny Hendricks is going to shock the MMA world and get a TKO victory over John Fitch. I think he has the power to do it. He has great hands and he has good ass wrestling. John Fitch is known for his wrestling, but people don't really know Johnny Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks is a sick ass wrestler with a lot of power. And I think he will catch, in the clinch, I think he will catch John Fitch and hurt him, and then get the TKO and get the job done. And then move on to another fight. I would like to see him fight Rick Story again, get that rematch after Rick Story just lost his fight. That's if he gets past John Fitch. I'm pulling out for him. I think he is gonna get the TKO. I think he's gonna upset the world, and he's gonna get this TKO victory. And then with the co-main event is Nate Diaz versus Donald Cerrone. First off, let me say that this year has been Donald Cerrone's year. This is his 5th fight of the year, and if he wins it, there's 5 good wins in a row. After this fight, win or loss, he has one hell of a year, and 2012 is going to be even bigger for Donald. Nate Diaz just came off a big ass win against Takanori Gomi, which he looked good as hell. His striking's looking better than his jiu-jitsu always been good. He had that nice triangle when transitioned to an armbar. But I feel like Donald Cerrone it doesn't have enough experience to beat Nate Diaz. I feel like Nate Diaz is just gonna pressure him. Donald Cerrone has a chin, but I feel like Nate is gonna test it very well and get him tired with all them punches he's gonna throw. Donald Cerrone, what I think Donald Cerrone should do is attack his legs with the vicious leg kicks that he has, work the body, weaken him, because Nate Diaz is a skinny guy. He doesn't have much on his body, so work the body, work the legs, hurt him, Don't go much for the head because Nate has a damn good chin. But if Donald Cerrone goes with that, he has a chance of winning. But I don't think that he will win. I think Nate Diaz will get the decision victory on this one. And I don't know who he should fight next. I don't see anybody clear. If Donald Cerrone would have won this fight, I would have wanted Donald Cerrone to fight get a fight with like Melvin Gillard. That's a pretty good fight. Nate Diaz, I'm not sure. Probably a fight with Melvin Gillard would also be good. A fight with with Tony Ferguson, that would be a good fight. There's a bunch of fighters out there at the 155 division that will be looking to fight these guys. But man, the 155 division is stacked. Then we got Ben Henderson going for the title, and after that, we got Anthony Pettis coming running after it. Then we got Clay Guida, he's still in the picture, and then here we got Donald Cerrone coming up in the rankings, and Nate Diaz is looking to stop him, and I think he will stop him and get the decision victory. It's gonna be a good fight. I think in fight of the night. And Brock Lesnar versus Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem is making his long-awaited UFC debut. It's about time, but I think they gave him a hard-ass fight, and I think Brock is gonna whip Alistair's ass. This fight is basically Brock Lesnar's takedown against Alistair Overeem's sprawl. If Alistair Overeem could work that sprawl and work his striking, then he could win this fight. But his fight against Fabricio Verdum was horrible. It was a horrible fight. He didn't do nothing in that fight. All he did was just sprawl, threw no punches, threw no kicks. Verdum outstruck Overeem. The winner of this fight supposedly gets an automatic title shot against JDS. I think the way Brock should fight Alistair is to fight him the same way he fought Cain Velasquez. He came out guns blazing, came running at him, wanted the takedown. He should do that against Alistair and get that takedown. He doesn't want to waste no time on the striking game against Alistair Overeem. He's a striker, K1 Grand Prix champ, So I think Brock should get this takedown, and when he gets the takedown, ground and pound, and I think he's gonna get an early TKO from Alistair Overeem. He's gonna get the TKO, and after this, he's going against JDS. I'm not saying my prediction for that fight, but I'm just gonna say I see JDS heavyweight champion for a while. If there's anyone that's gonna stop him, it's gonna be Cain Velasquez. That's the only person I see in this whole heavyweight division that could beat JDS. I don't see Brock being able to beat JDS. If he could get the takedown, that's all it is. But back to this fight, Brock. I just see Brock. I don't see any other way that Alistair can win this fight. Only if he keeps striking. But Alistair Overeem had his tendency of not letting his hands go. And that's the same thing he did with Fabricio Verdum. And I don't think he's going to be able to do that with Brock. Brock's going to get the takedown. And I'm seeing this early first round TKO. I'm also thinking that he might go with I think he might even be able to pull out a arm triangle submission. But either way, Brock is going to win this fight. That's how I see it. Maybe first round, second round, early win, 5-round fight. It's not going the distance, but it's gonna be one hell of a card. The whole card is good, even the prelims. Order it, check it out. Alright, peace. Thanks.